Alright, boys, in today's video I'm going to be going over the Seele banner and the Jing Yuan banner because he's coming out next and there's only 10 days remaining on Seele's banner, so a lot of people that don't have her are wondering if they should keep summoning and try and get one copy, and the ones that have her, you know, they might be tempted by the Eidolons, so I'm trying to make the decision of if you should keep summoning or not easier. Also, I'm like one sub off 500 sub, please, thank you. Alright, anyway, Seele's banner. Let's just look at Seele's banner first and foremost, right? Because I feel like that's easy to cover. Natasha, you get for free, but still good to have Eidolons on. She is, well, she's the only other healer we have. The other one is a premium 5-star character that you can, well, you can get her on this banner if you lose your 50-50, but you're primarily going to get her from this banner. I don't have her. She's her and Himiko, the only 5 stars I don't have, and I've summoned quite a lot, so that should tell you something. You know, it could just go that way for you too, or you just get Bailu immediately, right? It's up to you. Then we have Hook. Hook, excellent fire DPS, the best fire DPS we have in the game and in the foreseeable future, unless they drop like new 4-stars. But even with the leaked ones that I don't want to talk about too much, doesn't seem to be any like anytime soon. And then we have Pella, who is really strong, like utility type character, but she's really hard to fit into teams. Her Eidolons are crazy though too. Same with Hooks. Natasha's not so much. Natasha's only like super crazy one would be I think, well, her 6th one is pretty good because that makes her basics do like slightly more damage, and it actually does matter. And then this one, the Miracle Cure, since you only want to be basicing and ulting, this one's pretty good because you put it up next to the tank and then she generates more energy by being hit by like AoEs and stuff and like cleave moves, and then she also gets energy from doing her basics, which do more damage, so it all works well together. This one I don't really care. This one is okay too, but you just have to pull her once and you get this one. This one can come in clutch every now and then, but it's nothing super crazy, right? Now Seele herself is the best DPS in the game. Even when Jing Yuan comes out, she's the best single target DPS. Not by far, because Jing Yuan can match her, but she is much more effective at doing single target damage than Jing Yuan is. And especially if you can do the double resurgence combo and everything, and the new thing that was discovered recently, you can get a lot more damage out of her than any other character in the game by far. Like by far. The second is probably like a Yanqing that's like really well like rotated, and even him, like he can't do what Seele can do. So now let's look at Jing Yuan's banner. Now his banner is very correct, more so than you might think. So Jing Yuan, I think most people know, she is the second best support, and in some scenarios she is the best support because she's so skill point friendly. You use 1, you generate 3, right? So she's +2, right? Whereas Bronya obviously has more damage in her kit, but she has that whole thing, like unless you have her E1, she's going to be very expensive to run. And Shu Sheng, super good physical single target DPS, really good break effect, really good like technique before a battle, and overall just like the best physical DPS we have, again, in the foreseeable future as well. There is not a single like physical DPS that we know of that's going to come out like relatively soon. So she is the premier single target physical DPS. The Trailblazer also, you know, he works, but he's more so meant for AoE, and even then he's not that good, so I wouldn't really count him in that like discussion. And then March 7th, very slept on character, very strong character, especially her Eidolons, which is why I'm excited to summon that banner. Her E2 gives someone a shield right at the start, and she also has the energy regen, her E1, that's really good because she will be freezing people a lot, so you can just cycle her ultimate over and over again. She has a really great chance to freeze. Then she is a like counter type unit. If she has if someone's shielded and attacked, then she will retaliate, and this will do make it do more damage and trigger 1 more time. So this is a fantastic Eidolon to get. And then this one, if someone's shielded, they just heal every turn, which is super good too, especially if you can outspeed your enemies. So it's really strong Eidolons, really good character. Like I feel like an E6 March 7th is far superior to a Jeopard until you get him to like E2 or like E6, right? E6 Jeopard is crazy, but like March 7th is really strong. Really strong in simulated universe too, because if you have Clara, you can go Clara March 7th, go all in on follow-up attacks, and you'll just roll everything. I did a like run for fun on World 4 on the 2nd difficulty with Clara only on the follow-up attacks, and she was rolling it. I can't imagine how like piss easy it has to be if you also do it with March 7th. If you do both of them on the same team, because then you also have shields, you have freezes. fantastic character. Okay, very slept on character. That's why I had to mention this again. Okay, so we covered the banner. Okay, actually, like let's talk about Jing Yuan's constellations. It's really only your first one that's really good, which is good because that means that with very minimal summons, you actually get to have most her kit like be at her at its max. This one is good on some characters. Obviously, it depends like what the rotation is. Sometimes you like this is like useless. It doesn't like change anything in the way you play. This one is good too because it's because the multiplier doesn't interact with like the attack and everything itself, so it stacks on much better than like actual like additional attack would. And this one is like only good for Seele like and Danheng maybe. Like it's not. I don't think this one comes up. Like all these sound nice on paper, but it's really just the first one and this one that like actually do something. And I feel like the first one is the only one you really care about. But regardless, okay, still good constellations to have. Super good character, right? Super good character. All three of these are excellent characters. And on Seele's banner, I feel like none of them except Natasha, I suppose, because she's the only other healer, come close to like Jing Yuan's banner when it comes in terms of 4 stars. Okay, so if you care more about the 4 stars, because you can't, like let's say you just lost your 50-50 on Seele, right? You have the next character guaranteed, and you don't think you can get Seele with like however many Stella J's you have remaining, and you only care about the 4 stars, I'd say 100% go Jing Yuan's banner. He is so much stronger. Like his banner is so much stronger. Now character-wise, I think from the betas, from what I've heard people say, is that because like Jing Yuan, they didn't have much playtime with him, but the people that did play him, they all sort of like said he's the best character in the game, right? And then when you look at the videos they provide from the beta and you look at his kit, it's just so strong and so fun. I think Seele is really fun and she's stupid strong. But like I said, best DPS in the game. But Jing Yuan, to me, is so much better. Now the thing is, Seele is the only quantum DPS we have until like foreseeable future too, because you're not gonna level up the 4-star one from her. Hold on, I forget her name. Xing Kui or something. I can't say her name either. It's her, right? We all know her, right? We all know her and we love her, right, dearly. But again, the only quantum DPS element that we have is Seele and then Silver Wolf that we'll have in the future. Now, if you want to wait for Silver Wolf and skip Seele, then this is a 100% just like a go in on Jing Yuan, right? You'll have like another like month and a half or 2 months, I think, until Silver Wolf comes out. Depends on when she comes out. She should be the next patch, but even then it's like not clear on like which banner she will be, especially because we can't really trust leaks. I wouldn't trust leaks in general. We've had the same thing in Genshin where Zhao was supposed to be next. We had Ayaka leaked like day 1 of the game, and then she came out a whole year later. It's, you know, I would not trust leaks too much, but it is good to know that, you know, we have banners coming. Regardless, so Jing Yuan, let's talk about what he does, because a lot of you probably don't know what he does. So first of all, let's talk about his abilities in combat, which is, you know, what you're going to be using him for. His basic attack, regular basic attack, right? Exactly the same as everyone else's because they don't change these. His skill, for his skill, we actually have to talk about his talent first. His talent is very important, okay? His talent summons a Lightning Lord, right? Now this guy has 60 base speed and 3 base attack count, okay? Very good, okay? Oh, well, not good, but like, we know now, okay? He does lightning damage, okay? All his attacks count as follow-up attacks. Now, he counts as a different character. I have this up from Uncle Jing, just so I can show it. We have... Okay, let me go back. Let me increase the quality. We have him here. This character right here, this is the Lightning Lord, okay? So when it gets to his turn... okay, well, this is obviously this is a very wanked showcase here, so I have to take it with a grain of salt. Alright, Natasha attacks and then he attacks. Okay, he's his own attack. You can like you buff him by buffing Jing practically, and then he does his stuff. Okay, now he does damage single target, but also to adjacent enemies. Whose adjacent targets also receive lightning damage equal to 25% of damage dealt to the main target, which is why he's considered an AoE DPS for the most part. His skill is also AoE, and his ultimate, I'm pretty sure, is also AoE. Yeah, it's also AoE. So he's mainly AoE, but the thing is, his single target damage rivals that of the highest single target DPS, but it's also to all targets. So overall damage, he is the highest in the game. Not counting like a crack Clara turn, because I feel like Clara is really hard to like properly like calculate. But regardless, really strong. every time he attacks, his attack count increases by 1, and his speed increases by 10 too. After the action ends, speed and the attack count return base level over, and when Jing dies, he dies too, right? And obviously, when you're frozen or you're stunned or you're impaired on anything, he also can't move, but it's good. Like the Lightning Lord, very, very broken ability, very, very broken, very, very cool ability too. Now, his whole kit revolves around buffing the Lightning Lord. His ultimate and his skill, they don't do the craziest damage. They're all just there to buff the Lightning Lord. So he increases the attack count by the Lightning Lord by 2 for next turn, and his ultimate increases the attack count by 3 for next turn, right? So he's gonna be very, very beefy when he attacks. And his technique, the same thing also. Like he will just go crazy, okay? He'll have what? How much speed? He'll have a low speed with a lot of attack count, and he'll just attack and he'll do so much damage. And you buff him, it buffs the Lightning Lord, right? Because he scales off Jing Yuan's attack. So it's really, really strong, really, really cool ability. I really like him. I am personally summoning for him. I think his banner overall has just so much more value, even if you're only interested in the 4-stars, which I think most people are, because let's be real, okay? Most people, right, don't spend, and then most people also will not have enough for 180 summons, right, which is the worst case scenario, which, hey, if you know me, I know I'll have to go 180 for him for every copy I want to get him. So, you know, I'm just saying, if we only look at the 4-stars, his banner, I feel like his league's better, especially because if you summon like Seele like a couple times, you probably have all these with like some items anyway. And even if you don't, they're not like Pella doesn't have a team right now. Like you can use it for some like damage wank like showcases, like if you want to like test your damage, like a 1 million damage to the first world boss, the like dragon guy, and then Hook is really good fire DPS, but I feel like you need E4 and E6 on her to really, really make her work. So, because her E4 makes it so she burns more, and her 6 is more damage with burn. I think this is like energy with burn. Oh no, this one doesn't even do that much. Oh, actually the E2 is really important too, yeah, because she's like all about burn, and when they're burned, she has enhanced ability. She goes crazy. But I just feel like the Jing Yuan banner is infinitely better, and I don't want to talk about it too much more. Again, I explain what Jing Yuan does. Very, very strong character, right? You ult with him, you skill him, you just build up that Lightning Lord, you buff him, and then Lightning Lord comes down, boom, slams his cock down, everyone's dead. Very cool. Very cool. He kind of is just like me for real, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, I hope this helped you to summon, and by that I mean not summon and wait for Jing Yuan. Seele obviously really, really correct. If you think you can get her, like let's say you lost your 50-50, you had like 60 out of 90, definitely just keep going, I'd say. Because Seele is very unique as in being the only quantum DPS for like, you know, like the foreseeable future, which obviously you don't need, but she's so correct, you don't need to use her. Like, when the enemy doesn't have quantum weakness, she's probably still the best DPS for it. Just because of how strong she is. So, you know, like if I had to make a ranking, like Jing Yuan and Seele would be in the same tier, and I would make more points for Seele being better than Jing Yuan, but his overall banner is better, and I much prefer his playstyle. And the fact that I feel like at some point we'll have too much damage, so him having the whole like cleave stuff, AoE stuff, with still really high damage, like rivaling single target, is just going to be more valuable in the future. But for now, Seele definitely like much better, but the banner for Jing Yuan is so much better. So me personally, I would say if you're free to play, summon Jing Yuan. If you're a spender, who cares, get everything. If you're like a dolphin, go get Jing Yuan, I think you'll have more fun. Well, but you probably have Seele if you're like a light spender anyway. But then, you know, stop summoning, don't go for Eidolons, go for Jing Yuan. And Lycon wise, I didn't touch on them. I guess I'll touch on them really quickly. Lycons, Seele's one is a lot more like universal. You can put it on any of the hunt character and they'll be happy. Very, very happy. Jing Yuan's is more like, it's very, very like, obviously like all erudition characters are like all like ultimate damage based and everything. So it makes sense, but I feel like it's still not as applicable as like Seele's. Seele's is so easy. You step on any character, you have a low speed on them, which all the hunt characters want pretty much, and then you're cooking. Not so much for Jing Yuan. So I think like Lycon wise, Seele definitely wins this one easy. But yeah, I hope this helped. That's gonna be it from me, boys. Good job.